What's up, crazy people? Len here, and today coming to you with a little guide on how to bind a pistol rounds. We're gonna start on the CD side and move on to the T side after that. So let's just get right into it. We open a buy menu when a round starts, and we always start with $800, whether on T or CD side. Always start on with $800 in the pistol round. And we can choose between pistols, grenades and gear. Just for the sake of the video, I'm gonna start with gear. We have the choice between Kevlar, Diffuse Kit and Zeus. Never buy Zeus, so let's get out of the way. So we have the choice between Diffuse Kit and Kevlar Vest. You can always buy Kevlar Vest, you don't need to buy any grenades or pistols. Kevlar Vest is absolutely fine if you don't know what to buy or you just want the armor. Just go for the Kevlar Vest. It's always a great choice. It greatly reduces the amount of damage taken on the chest and also greatly reduces the aim punch if you get shot. Next one is the Diffuse Kit. We can buy it, but I think 1 or 2 per team is enough. So if you have a couple of teammates which already have a Diffuse Kit in a pistol round, you don't have to go for it. It's not necessary. I think 1 is enough, 2 are more than enough. So if you see your teammates buy 1 or 2, it's absolutely fine. You can buy something else. If, however, you see 4 of your teammates don't have 1, you could consider buying 1 because it will reduce the bomb to defusal time from 10 seconds to only 5, which gives you way more time from to defuse the bomb and clear the site and kill all enemies and all that stuff. It's not as important in matchmaking because the bomb time, the C4 timer is 45 seconds instead of 35. But still, it's a great choice. So if you want to buy 1, go for it, but 1 is enough most of the times. Next up we have the grenades. As you can see, we have the Molotov or fire grenade or whatever. Great choice. Decoy grenade, never buy them, as only if you have like a great tactics on the T side. Maybe, but I would actually never recommend to buy them because it's just, in my opinion, a waste of money, and you can't afford like a flashbang later on. So those $50 can really make a big difference later in the game, so I would always try to save it. I know it's hard not to press it because it's so easy to buy them and I don't know why, but don't buy them, they are useless. Next up we have the flashbang, the HE and smoke. I personally always like to buy flashbang and smoke, but especially on TT side, HEs and incendiaries are a great choice too. Depending on your position on the map and on your playstyle, you could always go for the double nade, for example on A long, or on B, for example on dust 2. You can double nade at the beginning of the round to like hold the rush back or make some great damage, you know. You can't really know where they come, but if they push like long and you double nade them, they will take some damage. Smoke and flash, if you don't know what nades to buy, smoke and flash, 1 smoke, 2 flash, always a great choice because you can smoke one way like for 15 seconds. Flashbangs are great for the retakes or for the hold-offs of the bomb sites, so flashbangs are always a great investment. It's only $200 per flashbang, so get used to them, really do it. Fire grenades, especially in the pistol rounds, are one different subject. I think it's because of the price. You can buy 1 fire grenade on CD side and 1 flashbang for example. I actually prefer to use smoke grenades instead because they hold like 15 seconds instead of 6, and you can always buy 2 flashbangs, but if you want to buy 1 you can always go for it. My recommendation is, if you don't wanna spend your money on armor, you can always go for the nades, for example 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs, or 1 nade, 1 smoke, 1 flashbang, or 1 pistol and a couple of nades. Coming to the pistols, we have the P2000 or the USPS, both great weapons, way better than the Glock in my opinion. So you won't really have much problems with them because they're accurate and they deal some great damage in my opinion. So there's no need to actually purchase some other pistol in the first round, but if you do, you have the choice between the duals, the P250, the 5.7, the CZ, which I have not right now, and the Desert Eagle. Let it get me straight out of the way. Never buy Deagle in the first round, especially in the first round. You can buy it later on. Great eco weapon, but in the first round for 700 bucks, nobody has a helmet anyway, so the great advantage of the 1 kill headshot on the enemy, even of over long ranges, it's not there. So just stick with the USP or choose some other pistol. For example, the duals, 30 bullets, you can spam them, and I personally don't really like them, but I know some people which really like them, so if you like them, just go for it. 500 bucks, you can get a smoke, a flash, or anything else. I personally like to choose the 5.7 on CD side, because in my opinion it's the best CD pistol, because it has great damage, 20 rounds, 500 bucks is it only, and it has great armor penetration and great damage, great accuracy, all that stuff. If you have the CZ included in pistol rounds, I wouldn't necessarily recommend to use the CZ, because it's more of the eco gun where you can hide in the corner and wait for the enemies to like pass by and try to get your hands on a weapon of them. So if you like in the second round after losing the first round, then you might purchase CZ, you know, just when you're hiding in the corner and waiting for somebody to come by to grab his weapon. For only the pistol round, I would never really recommend the Desert Eagle or the CZ. But if you like it, you're good with it, just stick to it. But I wouldn't necessarily really take it. So the last pistol I have not discussed now is the P250. It's a great weapon. For example, if you go for the defuse kit, you will have $400 left, which leaves your space for $200 for a flashbang, or of course this P250. It's always a great choice. It's accurate, it has a lot of damage, and it doesn't have as much rounds as, for example, the P2000, but it has around the round size as the magazine sizes of the USP. So yeah, not as much ammo, but I don't think you are gonna need as much anyway. So if you have like 300 bucks left and you don't want to buy a smoke or a flash, definitely worth it. On CD side, maybe. On T side, definitely. I think we are finished with the pistol guide for the CD side, so we are switching to the T side, and there's not much to be discussed left, because most of the pistols, of course, you can purchase on the T side as well. But anyway, moving on to the gear. Can't buy the fuse kit, of course. Can't buy a helmet yet. Zeus, don't buy it, it's bullshit. So the last and only thing in the gear tab is obviously the Kevlar vest. Kevlar vest. So 650 for armor is great in my opinion, especially on T side, because CDs might nade something, which is annoying, so you don't lose as much health, of course, when you get naded, and of course when you get shot. And on top of that, of course, you don't have as much aim punch. Grenades, almost the same. I really like to use flashbangs and smokes as well on T side, because you can just, you know, have some great strategies with it, and smoke something off and flash and then go onto the side or something. It's great to have them. I would not necessarily recommend HE grenades or Molotovs, because most of the times you don't really know where CDs are, but when you know where CDs are, you can officially like nade them out, like for example Molotov the A side, or nade the stairs, behind the stairs, on short, catwalk, or whatever you want to do. So they can be a great choice, but they are a bit you gotta know what you do with them. Whereas with smokes and flashes, you can pretty much use them anywhere on the in the game. So if you want to smoke something off, you can do it. If you want to flash somewhere and pass there, you can do it. Pistols, almost the same. The Glock is, in my opinion, one of the most shitty weapons in the game, so I like to pick up an P2000, of course, when I find one, because most of the time I go for armor or nades, and I not often buy by a pistol, so I hate the Glock, to be honest. But I still have to play with it. If you want to spend your money, for example, on something like a pistol, don't buy Deagle, straightforward, don't buy Deagle, but of course you can buy Tech 9 or Berettas duels. They are great choice, very good for rushing, especially if you are on T side. You can rush, for example, if you have a spawn like this here, or you spawn like here, you can buy like a Tech 9, just buy Tech 9 and rush on B, somebody behind you with a flashbang or something, and yeah, you're good to go. Maybe the P250 is also great. Of course, you always want to have somebody with grenades, so if you are the guy with one smoke and one flashbang and you want to have a pistol, that's not very much bullshit. You can buy the P250, great weapon, cheap price, and yeah, I like it. Last one we have not discussed yet, also the CZ75. In my opinion, on the T side less effective than on the CD side, because typically on defusal maps and bomb maps you are the one who's pushing, who's attacking, so the CDs are in position already, and most times they will be in more of a distance, and when they are close, like in eco rounds or something, well, I don't like the CZ on the T side, to be honest. I always like the Tech 9 because you can rush with it, it has so many rounds, you can spam it, great damage, and CZ has like 24 rounds, and especially when you are pushing somewhere, ammo can go out really fast, and if you don't get any rifle then or any other pistol, it can get you in trouble. So I'm not a big fan of CZ75 on T side, but of course your choice. If it fits your playstyle, just go for it. That's my suggestion. I think we're pretty much at the end here, so there's basically only a couple of things to conclude. Never buy Deagle. Never buy Deagle. I would not necessarily recommend the CZ on the T side, but that's up to you, of course. And on CD side, you should always have at least one team member in the pist round with the fuse kit. I would like to get into a bit of strategy right now. So, for example, on Dust 2. So let's just show me some examples. You want to have so let's just let me go ahead and show you a couple of examples. If you're playing on T side, you can always go for the grenade or the Molotov to the stairs, because some people like to hide behind there. So that's when a grenade could be useful on T side. Also, when you want to take a spot, a bomb site, you can always like Molotov somebody out of there and then like push in there. So it's pretty useful, but it's your decision. And of course, always useful on T side, you can always smoke and flash places. So if you want to take, for example, if you want to take long, you can smoke somewhere, and one guy maybe has 2 flashes or something, and you can just push out. You know, pretty basic stuff, I would say, but it's useful. So if you don't necessarily need the armor, I would always go for nades. I'm not a big fan of buying pistols, but for example, one teammate could buy Kevlar, and you could drop him Tech 9 and he could go as a tank or something. I have seen it on streams before, so it works sometimes. On CD side, for example, what you want to do is, if you don't have armor, you can buy smokes to smoke places off. For example, here. If people are rushing in there, you could always like just flash maybe, and just, you know, hold in, hold left mouse button. So if they want to go on a B rush, you can always smoke and flash or something. I would maybe wait with flashbangs if you don't hear them like rushing or something. I would maybe wait, because if there is nobody rushing on B, you can like retake A way more easy if you have like 2 flashes left. But if you throw every nade you have like just out of there, just because you can, just for the sake of throwing flashbangs. I think you should just save them for when you need them. If you are like arriving here and you hear steps, like just drop one in here and wait. So that's my recommendation. Don't waste your flashbangs because you only have 2. Yeah. So I think this is pretty much it for this video. It is very basic stuff, so any player which has been playing for a bit longer should know this, or will know this, I assume. So this is for the very new players, and I will follow up with a couple of other tutorials which will be for newbies and advanced players. So yeah, just maybe leave a like or a comment, and maybe even subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.